Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and I have another process video for you. This is my second layout done with the Roundabout kit, and I am documenting my daughter's kindergarten spring pictures. They do fall pictures and spring pictures, and she brought this home and I about fell over because it's so gorgeous. So I'm using this background paper. It is from Studio Calico called Today, and it has the months of the year all outlined. So what I'm doing is I am taking 4 shades of green, since green is in her picture, and I am going to color in all of the Aprils on there because this picture was taken in April. So I kind of wanted to highlight that. So I'm just going to take these 4 different shades and I'm going to go around all of the paper and color in all the Aprils and kind of just make sure I don't have 2 darks right next to each other or 2 lights right next to each other. I'm going to kind of spread them out a little bit. And that's just going to help highlight, not only bring out the green in the picture, but also help highlight, exactly when it was. Obviously it was 2014, it says on the picture, but April. And I'm going to turn the camera off and do that so you don't have to watch me do that. And ta-da! All done. So that's what it looks like when it's finished. So now I'm trying to think of what other green stuff I can do on here to help bring out the colors. And I do have 1 piece of pattern paper in the kit that is green. That one is from Studio Calico as well. It's called Optimism. And I'm trying to decide which way I like it better. I know I want to double matte the picture just to help it pop against the semi-busy background. And I'm trying to decide, do I want the pattern paper against the background or do I want the cardstock against the background? And when I put the pattern paper against the background, it kind of blended a little bit too much for me. It didn't pop as much as I wanted it to. So having that solid color cardstock to put in between the pattern paper there and the background paper, that just really helped everything stand out. Not just the pattern paper, also the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and double matte my picture and figure out where I want it to go. I decided to put it on the right hand side because the left hand side had a couple more Aprils that I had colored in, so I wanted those to show versus covering them up. So I'm going through the Simple Stories Urban Traveler chipboard and pulling out things that are catching my eye for this one, and I actually gravitated towards all the yellow. There's a couple green things. The arrow's green, there's some green on that camera, but I also picked out yellows and oranges, so that was interesting. And I'm going to use this frame. This frame is from crepe paper. It's like a transparent, I guess they call it an overlay. And I'm just going to use it as a layering piece. And I really like that, it has almost an antique-y feel to it, but I like the black because that also helps bring out the black in Kaylin's shirt in the picture, and also the months are outlined, those are black as well. So that kind of helps tie that in all together. So I know I'm going to do a big cluster right here, so I'm kind of just putting things down, my initial thoughts on where I want them to go. And these chevron-y arrows, I'm going to put lightest to darkest. And that little arrow down there. And I went big time into my freckled fawn for this layout. So I was really happy about that. I used up quite a bit of things from that. Those are really big resin flowers. Like, they are huge, and I'll show you exactly how thick they are soon. And these flare badges, are you kidding me? These are square flare badges. I had never seen those before. And that one says, "I think you are lovely" in black. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's it. And that is actually going to be my title. So I'm not going to do like a big lettered, alphabet word title. That badge is going to be my title only. As soon as I saw it, I just said, yep, that's it. Perfect. And these are from Freckled Fawn as well. And they're wood veneer banners. And I'm not huge on banners like that, like up in corners and things like that. I guess it's just a personal preference. I don't normally I wouldn't normally choose that, but they came in the kit, so I need to use them up because I paid for them. And it's funny because at first I was like, I'll try it. And then, you'll see in a few minutes, I kind of go back and forth about taking it off and putting it on. But when I take it off, then the layout looks naked. So I guess apparently I needed it. This washi tape is also from a Freckled Fawn kit, and it's really cute. It's stripes and hearts, if you can see. Like it goes a stripe pattern and then a heart pattern and then a stripe pattern and then a heart pattern. And super cute, and it's very transparent, so it'll add a little bit of color without overpowering anything. It's not going to take away from any of the other colors that I have going on there. So I'm going to make sure that I get one full row of hearts with a little bit of stripes on each side. And I'm going to put one at the bottom there, and I'm going to do another strip up here at the top. And I really like that it adds a tiny bit amount of color without taking away from anything else, because the tape is so thin and transparent. But you can definitely tell, it's there. So I really like the way that looks. And this is the very last arrow in that package. I used the green and blue arrow on my last layout, and this one is pink and yellow. So I used that. Those are all gone. So thumbs up, yay, high five. Got rid of something. I'm gonna miss those though. They're super cute. I'm just gonna fiddle around a little bit and make sure everything is where I want it to go. And I'm still looking at my green stuff and my black things. I know I want to bring in a little bit more black. And these are little metal hearts from Freckled Fawn, and they came in yellow and in white. There's yellow and white both in that package. So I'm pulling out all the yellows. And it just so happened that I had enough yellows. I think I had 5. Yeah, 5. And that's all that was in there. The rest of them are white. And I put them next to all the Aprils that were not already covered up by something else, just to kind of help draw attention to them. This is a resin little girl icon from Freckled Fawn in yellow. Hello, perfect. And I put it up there initially, but I'm kind of realizing, I think I go back and forth, but up in the corner there, it kind of blended into the paper a little bit too much. It didn't pop quite as much as I wanted it to. So I'm going to go back and forth between that girl icon and the flower and where I want it to go. I don't know if I want them both by the pictures, or if I want them both up by the banner, or if I want one there and one here. I have to go back and forth a little bit about it to figure out exactly where I want it. I don't want to clutter up the picture too much because that's obviously my focus. So while I'm thinking about that, I am trying to decide how to use those black, I guess they're kind of gems. They're not super shiny, but they're not, they're a little bit shiny. They're cute. I would call them gems, I guess. So I take the banner away, and now I'm like, nope, it needs it now. So I'm going to keep it there. I just can't decide what else to do in that corner because I want something else there besides just that. Definitely a yellow element. I just do a lot of thinking about it. And see how thick those are? I would not normally, like if I saw those in a store, I wouldn't buy them just because they are thick, and when I put them in my page protectors, it might bother me a little bit how thick they are because they could actually kind of start to warp your page protectors. But I'm challenging myself to, try new things and to do things that maybe I wouldn't normally grab, which is a good thing about kits. They'll send you things that I wouldn't have normally grabbed this. However, I love the way it looks. Like those banners, I wouldn't have bought those in the store, but I love the way it looks on this layout. So I'm really wanting to challenge myself to use what's in my kit regardless of, if I'm in love with it or not. So I'm going to go ahead and stick down this frame. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it first because I end up getting some adhesive right there on the outside. So I'm trying to rub it off. It actually didn't come off, but it's not, I got enough stickiness off of it so that it's not going to be a problem, and you can't really see it. So I was gonna try to cover it up with that thing, but I didn't want it that low. So I'm gonna start getting the stuff stuck down while I still think about those two elements there, because I know I'm happy with that cluster down there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that down while I'm thinking about other things as well. And I layered this chipboard, that camera and the say cheese circle. I'm just gonna go ahead and layer those over, mainly because the middle of that camera was a dark, like a navy blue, and I don't have blue anywhere else on the layout, so I didn't really want that to be standing out. So I just covered it up with that yellow say cheese. And get those chevrons on there. And my title badge. I'd never seen square badges before, so I was super excited to see those. They're definitely different. And I hope they make more. I'm gonna go ahead and commit. I'm committing to this, putting this little girl icon over here. And I like the way it stands out a lot better against that black frame than it would up in the upper corner where it would be on the white. So I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick these down. I don't really have any rhyme or reason to where I'm putting them next to the Aprils. I'm just kind of, you know, wherever they land is where I'm gonna put them. I'm not gonna cover up the month at all, so they'll be right next to it, but just wherever. And I have to hold them down because the backs of those are metal, so I need to make sure I hold them down to make sure that they're gonna stay. Even with the glossy accents. Glossy accents does dry quickly, so that's good, but I still need to hold it down for, you know, a good 10-15 seconds to make sure that they're not gonna go anywhere when I start doing other things on the layout. Just because they're metal. It takes a little bit longer for everything to mesh together, I guess. So another way that I'm going to highlight the months are these black gems. So I'm just gonna put, I like clusters of 3. 3 to me seems like a good balance of things. So I'm just gonna put 3 gems around each little month cluster, I'm gonna call them. And again, no rhyme or reason, just wherever I feel like putting them. I'm just going to stick them down without really thinking too much about it because I'm still thinking about that flower up there and if I want to keep it up there or not. And I love that picture of my daughter. I can't believe she's going to start first grade next week, and it's crazy how quickly children can grow. And I'm taking it off and thinking, nope, I need it there, so I'm going to go ahead and stick down this banner. And I'm committing. Commit, Sarah, just do it. The flower is going up right there. And I really do like the way that it looks. It adds some color up there, and I think it's pretty, so I like it. So I just gotta hold things down a little bit, make sure everything's gonna stick, and that is the layout. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I like all the springy colors there. Yep, and that's it. So I have some close-ups coming up for you here, and I am going to get ready to work on the third layout from Roundabout, which I'm really excited about. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye.